I'm Dan Drake. This is Front Up on Visitor Network TV, and with us today is Melissa Murphy, the Executive Director of the Dreamland.
Hi, Dan.
How are you?
I'm very well.
Welcome back. It's been a while.
Thank you. It's always good to be here. I'm so grateful for the table.
So am I, actually. I was always afraid I'd fall off the back.
Right.
The Dreamland has taken off in many respects from a programmatic standpoint.
Yes.
Why don't you tell us what's going on?
I'll give you a little update. Well, thank you so much for having us here today. We are very proud of what we see as a natural evolution and growth of the Dreamland programming. And we see our programming in a few different ways. So we have our films, which we do our first run Hollywood blockbuster films. We try to get as many art house independent films in as we can. We have a wonderful partnership with the Nantucket Film Festival, showing the best of independent cinema through the NFF Now series monthly. And
that's new this year, is it not?
This is actually our third year doing it.
Whoa, where have I been?
This has been the most successful year to date. Last week we showcased the new film Cake starring Jennifer Aniston, and had a Skype Q&A following with the screenwriter Patrick Tobin. And this is a wonderful way for the two organizations to be able to bring the NFF brand product to Nantucket and their access to these wonderful screenwriters and filmmakers to Nantucket without having to actually physically bring them here, which, as we all know, can be somewhat traumatic in January to get on and off island, and have a great conversation about cinema. So the movies are one piece of what we do. We have fantastic collaborations that we do with other organizations, like our comedy series with the Comedy Festival, which will happen 2 more times this year. A fantastic concert series with the Arts Council that we're about to announce. And of course, our newest crown jewel, the broadcast programming, the live streaming, which continues to grow in popularity with the community as they learn more about what these opportunities are like. We just had 125 people come to the Metropolitan Opera performance on Saturday of The Merry Widow, which was our largest audience to date for the Met Live, and we couldn't be happier that Nantucket is excited.
Is that a viable number going forward for the program?
That's a great number going forward. It's better than most movies do. I'd like to be positive and think that we could continue to grow that as in one way that we're doing that, we're working with the Nantucket Athenaeum. We've developed what's called the Bravo Opera Club, and there will be a series of 2 more lectures being held by Greta Feeney, who is Nantucket's own opera star who's just moved back to the island. And she'll lead a group of people through conversation about the stories in the operas, the songs in the operas, some of the behind-the-scenes things to look out for on Tuesday before the opera, and then come see the opera on Friday, on the Saturday that it's showing. Which is a wonderful way for people who already love opera to have conversation with some like-minded people, but also for people who are maybe starting to explore it as a new art form or curious about it, have maybe been fearful about going to the opera before. This is a great way to just sort of stick your toe in, get a little sampling, and then enjoy the opera experience with some new information. So we're really excited about that partnership. National Theater Live, remarkable performances, and the next one is this Thursday is Treasure Island, which it's going to be really fantastic. And then new this year is the Bolshoi Ballet, live from Russia. And I don't know, have you seen any of these performances live yet?
I've seen one of the National Theater ones.
Okay.
My wife goes to the operas now. She'd never been to the opera before, and she loves them.
Excellent. That's great to hear.
And she went to the Bolshoi, the Nutcracker.
Yes.
And her point of reference for that was a production of the Moscow Ballet that our granddaughter has been in.
Oh, how fantastic.
When they do a tour in the U.S. every year, but it's very different.
Okay.
She said the Moscow Ballet is much more professional.
Okay. Well, I think
I mean, the Bolshoi.
The Bolshoi is, yeah. So what's really interesting for us experiencing these live performances on a screen is that they are so tactile. You can hear the dancers' feet hitting the stage. You have a front row seat because you're with the filmmaker, watching this so intimately and so closely. And I love to reference Of Mice and Men, the National Theater production. And at the very end, I won't spoil alert Of Mice and Men for those who haven't read the book or seen the production. But James Franco's giving this, fantastic monologue, and tears are streaming down his face as he's giving it. And all I could think was that, were I at this theater in London, sitting in the very back row, I never would have seen that.
That's right. We just thought the same. Actually, we noticed the same thing with that play that was in the fall. I can't remember the name of it now, but it was about the couple and their daughter and son in London.
Yes.
Whatever it was,
Yeah.
but the up close and personal aspect of it, unlike where you're up close and personal in a Broadway show, and you're looking up, all you see are their fillings.
Right. Right.
Here,
You're seeing their faces.
You're seeing their faces and all the emotion that they're putting
Yeah.
into it, which, as you say, you don't get from
Greta had just gone to see The Merry Widow actually in person in Manhattan before she gave her lecture, and we saw it on Saturday. And she said, I can't wait to share with people how I had to schlep to get to New York, and how stunning the experience is to actually see it on screen. So we're excited that curiosity and that opportunity is growing, and people are really starting to seize the opportunity to see this, internationally renowned brands, cultural
Icons.
theater icon brands, right in their downtown theater.
And there's a lot of buzz about it.
Yeah.
What have you got up your sleeve for the future?
Ha ha ha. We are going to continue to improve on what we do and what we do best, which is working with all the different organizations in the community. Caitlin Waddington, who is just here, a great classic film series has been developed. Bill Farrell is teaching a class on the classic films, and then we show them on Sundays. If this is exciting to people and a way for us to broaden our cinema programming, we'll continue to do things like that. Our proudest moment is our children's theater education program, and we've had for the past 5 summers wonderful summer productions. And last year was our first full attempt at doing a winter children's theater production, and we had 18 students in a play called Pinkalicious Jr. And it was received with fantastic applause. We had, I think, of this 5 shows, 4 were sold out audiences, which is a large audience at the Dreamland. It's over 300 people. So when we say sell out, it's a big deal for us.
It's a big deal.
And this year we announced our play, which is Willy Wonka Kids, and our response within 24 hours was dramatic. We had 95 children opt to sign up to be in our theater program.
That's not going to work, is it?
Well, we actually are making it work. We are going to double cast the production. We've grown it so that there will be about 45 kids, give or take, in each production. And we'll have 8 shows of that at the end of March. So be on the lookout for Oompa Loompas, chocolate bars, all sorts of special, fun Willy Wonka treats, and fantastic performances by our own kids.
I have to ask you one other thing about the
Sure.
Dreamland. How's it doing financially?
Well,
I know this is all public record, so I could go and find out. So I figured I'd ask you.
No, I very much appreciate the question, because financially it's tenuous for us. We make a commitment to stay open year-round. We're open 360 days a year, unless some storm comes up and makes us close sooner. And that is a great financial task to undertake, particularly when you can't always guarantee that there'll be good films that people will want to come see, good content driving people to come. So we really rely on the support of our members and our business partners. We are okay right now.
What percentage of your revenue comes from operations and what percentage from contributions and other sources?
Sure. I would say that operations is probably about 70%.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and 30,
yeah.
probably between 60 and 70, and 30 to 40 is contributions.
That's good.
And the majority of our contributions come from our annual gala that we host in July. And then the rest are through these annual gifts that are made by many people, like yourself and myself. We maybe make a $100 annual
We just waited
membership.
2 years too long to do it.
Right? You get your membership, you get some free popcorn, and hopefully that membership program will continue to grow with some of its benefits and its assets. But we really do rely on that support, and businesses can support us also through membership or screen partnership, the ads that you see beforehand. So if you love what you see at the Dreamland, please consider being a part of it, because we need that help to keep doing what we do.
But you're not at risk of closing your doors tomorrow.
Not tomorrow.
Not tomorrow. That's good.
Not tomorrow.
That's great.
Yeah.
Melissa Murphy, thank you very much
Thank
for
you,
sharing with us what you're doing. I think the Dreamland has really become a fixture of the year-round community here.
Thank you. We're very proud of it and happy the community loves what we do.
Great. Thank you.
Thanks, Dan.